by? Welcome back to the Running Through Podcast YouTube page. My name is Justin Horniker. We're back, baby. We got running news to discuss. It's been actually a pretty big day to talk about running. I launched season 3 of the podcast, which I will link down below. I'd taken a couple months off. I decided to come back with a new podcast today. And despite not having any real running news for 6 weeks almost, it's been a big day. Not only do you have to launch my podcast, Drake University has announced that instead of Drake Relays, it'll host a similar professional track and field meet, including a road mile, coming up this fall, and pretty much be the only elite track and field meet that has been able to get over the finish line. On top of that, the topic of today's video, On Running, has announced the formation of the On Athletic Club, which will be headed by the one, Dathan Ritz, and have signed their first pro runner in Joe Klecker. He is signing his first contract, the first pro runner for this group, signing his first pro contract after leaving University of Colorado. Might seem like a kind of strange marriage when you take the Jake Riley lead troop, Boulder group, and then you also have the Dathan Ritzenheim, Joe Klecker group that probably will still be in Boulder, I would think. It's interesting because those are kind of two different demographics with where they stand, with obviously lead troop and Jake Riley being the marathon specific group. Joe Klecker, I would think, will probably still be 5K, 1500 guy. So it's interesting to see kind of what On is trying to do here. I think if anything, the Ritzenheim Klecker group is more on brand with what On has done in other sports, with the Jake Riley still being a little bit out there with their foray into marathoning. So it's interesting to see how this whole setup will come together. Those two groups obviously still separate. It's not the same thing. I would expect that On Athletic Club to have some more announcements down the pipeline. In fact, I know there are some other athletes that are going to be involved in this that I'm not made privy to yet, but I have been told that there will be more announcements, so stay tuned to that. Let me know what you think of the On Athletic Club down in the comments below. If you like this kind of content, give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up to be the first to know about running news and things like that. What you'll get later this week is you'll get kind of a video form of the podcast episode that I just released to Spotify down below if you don't want to listen to it without that. Or just ignore it because you got Spotify. Who cares? I'm not your dad. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your Monday. Running is back.